The International Food and Agribusiness Association is an international association that deals with agribusiness. Now, agribusiness is an interdisciplinary field. That means it falls a bit between the gaps of what we think of as professions. So it is about half science and about half business. But of course, it gels very well with industries. Industries require that interdisciplinary nature. Now, there are no national organisations for agribusiness in most countries, and there's only one international agribusiness association, and that's IFAMA. And if one wants to be on the map internationally with agribusiness, this is the organisation to engage with. The conference itself is unique in that it brings together leading companies, including very large ones, but also small ones. It brings the leaders of those companies, not just representatives of those companies. It brings some leading thinkers and scholars in the field of agribusiness. Most importantly, it brings in students. And those students are for a number of levels: undergraduate students, postgraduate students, PhD level students, young academics as well as young professionals. So there's a real mixing there that you don't get at a lot of academic style conferences. It's referred to as a forum rather than a conference, and really the presence of those different groups is leveraged very effectively in a separate sense. Those groups get to meet and they get to address subjects that are on their minds, but also in an interactive sense, because students get put at roundtable meetings with the CEOs of large organisations, with professors from leading universities, and there's many opportunities for networking, and I've seen many of those interactions lead to career steps, lead to linkages between organisations, postgraduate fellowships, and a number of other interactions of that kind. We've selected a team from across the schools at UNE. We reckon these are really fine representatives of the university and of the profession of agribusiness.
Very excited with this year's team. The group dynamics really good. We work well together and looking forward to putting together our presentation. I originally got involved with IFAMA last year for the 2015 conference in the US and had an amazing time, and put my hand up to attend this year's conference as well.
I attended the conference last year in the USA, and it was a really good experience. I met a lot of very smart people and some very good presenters, and I learned a lot about the global food security issue and a lot of strategy as how best to tackle those sorts of issues.
And a key interest of mine to apply for this was the opportunity to be networking at such a young age. Usually this is offered only to third year students, and I got the opportunity to apply for it earlier, and I just thought it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. I'd be learning skills far beyond where my degree is currently at, and I just thought it'd be beneficial for the future, and hopefully I'll be able to attend this in the US again next year as well. I believe we're departing on the 15th of June for Denmark, and first off, when we get there, we'll be spending a few days around Copenhagen sightseeing and visiting a few agricultural industries before we then head on to Aarhus, where we will be starting the conference for IFAMA.
So when we arrive at the conference, our primary objective is to participate in the student case study competition and hopefully make it through to the finals after that. But after the case study competition itself is finished, we'll be participating for the remainder of the conference in regards to engaging with speakers and various networking events as well. And in addition to attending the conference, we'll be doing various off-site field trips throughout the 2-week period, where we can gain a further insight into the agricultural sector of Denmark and Europe as a whole.
To prepare for the competition, every week we've been doing 4-hour study sessions to look at cases, develop our own presentations and then present. We've been working on our speaking skills and just working on developing ourselves as a team so that we're working together a bit more fluently.
So this year we've been lucky enough to get support from CRICOS, which is a beef production operation based in the New England area. We've also had support from international organisations such as Syngenta, and particularly interesting has been bringing on board an agricultural finance partner in this area, that's Rabobank. We've also gone to professional organisations, and I mentioned earlier that there aren't any national agribusiness organisations which are professional development bodies, so we've called on the Australian Association of Agriculture and Resource Economists. They have a strong New England branch, of which I'm a member as it happens, and they've been generous supporters of us both this year and also last year. And lastly, UNE has provided some support for the students as well. So we feel like we're well supported, and we'll certainly be going out there to do credit to our sponsors.